What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing the disassembly and maintenance of my Shilin cutter from Vosteed. Let's get into it. All right, guys, this is going to be too hard of a disassembly. I did the pivot lock on the Ankilo, and honestly, just a really simple, straightforward disassembly. So we got a lot of hardware here. I have my T8 WeHa bit linked down in the description below for those of you that don't have a tool for this particular type of disassembly. I do notice one thing here. There's more hardware on this side than there is on the front, so I am going to start by removing these hardware screws here that are going through. Oh, did they upgrade to a T8? They did. Is this still a T6 though? That is still a T6. Okay, so they did upgrade their hardware to T8. Way to go, Vosteed. Love to see it. That or it's just been a little while since I've taken these apart. And I don't remember if they are T8 or T6. I might be confusing them with Concept. So my apologies to Uh-oh, is it spinning on the other side? Yeah, it's spinning on the other side. My apologies to Vosteed for that if that was on me. So let me grab my other T8 bit here and throw that in my finger bit driver. I'm going to go ahead and close that knife as well, just in case I slip, to make sure that this doesn't come out. And this is usually pretty easy once you have that bit in there. Not quite sure why it was coming out, but I'm going to leave that nearby for the rest of this disassembly later. All right, so that looks pretty good there. I'm going to go ahead and take the top off of here and see how it looks disassembled. Definitely thread locked in. Make sure you have a good fresh bit if you're not using the tool like I am. And they definitely got thread locker on there as well, so make note of that. I think the other part of that, and the reason for that, is to make sure that that cover doesn't come off. Is that titanium or steel? That is a steel cover. Okay, now let's see if it'll slide apart. Oh no, one more. Sorry guys, I missed this one here, and it is also spinning. So make note of that. I'm going to set this on the mat, and then from there I'll take it apart. That way I don't have to worry about the edge of the blade hitting me. Especially because this feels like it has some thread locker on it for sure. Yeah, definitely has a lot of thread locker on there. All right, now let's see if she'll come apart without having to remove the other fasteners. Oh, I didn't realize that, but this one didn't come out. This one here stayed in. Oops. I thought for some reason the other side was coming out. Okay. So what I'm going to do, because I wanted the other one to come out, not this one, I'm going to tighten this one in and see if this one will come out now. Since I tightened that side, now let's see. Now let's see if it'll come apart. I believe it will, and I believe that's because the lock is on the other side. Okay, there we go. So you'll get a really good look at how this pivot lock system is engaged, and it is a little dirty, but it is these two screws that the pocket clip goes in and this screw here that have it all locked into place. So you can really get a good look at the pivot lock, and also we're going to go ahead and get a fully disassembled picture. It's a little tight in here, and I'm trying to lift it up gently. Ooh wee. Let me see. I don't like to use my pry bar. Maybe I can. Let's see. Oh, did they change how this is built? I think they did. Oh no, they didn't. I was like they lined it in there. So I'm gonna and they put racetracks on the blade. Okay, so this is really different, guys. All right, I'm gonna take a picture and I need to move everything up. Need to take a picture for the screensaver. It doesn't click. I wish it would click. But let me clean it up and show you what I'm talking about here. So on the blade itself, you'll see it's recessed a little bit now, but you can see where the detent ball and the bearings are riding on the blade. And then these are specially made stamped bearings for their pivot lock system. There's nothing being made by anyone just yet, but I'm hoping as these are being made more, I'm hoping they're kind of like a common size. And maybe we can get Skiff to make some of these. I don't know how difficult it is or how expensive they would be, but I think that would be really cool if we could get them to make those. There we go. Get that one out of there. I'm going to clean this all up like I would any other pocket knife, and then I'm going to throw my own lube on there. I do say less is more, even with the pivot lock system, so keep that in mind. I'm going to clean off the steel liner here and clean that off as well. I am noticing that this is a little loose. I don't know if it can be tightened. No, I'll have to wait to put the other one in there. I think it may be backed off a little bit when I was trying to back it out with the finger bit driver. The finger bit. I was getting ready to say the thumb. Let's see here. Yeah, you can see where it's riding and it's made its own track as well. And let me just clean this a little bit better. All right. G10 cleaned up pretty nice. I was a little bit worried about that. And long term, I am kind of thinking about and debating picking up the black bladed one and making this one a Stormtrooper edition. When I do that, I usually give the donating one away. I don't give it away. I usually do it very cheap for a sale. All right, let's see here. This one here, you got to I kind of work it around a couple of times individually. And then remember, the pocketed part was facing the blade itself. So the other thing that I'll do, since I have the excess here, actually, I don't know that I have enough on my finger. That way the blade, and believe it or not, even with those gaps, the blade is so solid on this system. It works really, really well. Let me put just a little bit more, guys. Just a touch more. I don't think I really got a good amount on there. Oh yeah, there we go. So I got a nice even thin layer on here for the blade to rest on. That should take care of that. There we go. Hitting the stop pin. I'm going to go ahead and just take all this extra here. Oops. And come on, stand up. It doesn't want to stand up. Try to work that on the best that I can onto these bearings. They felt really good on the knife itself, so I'm not too worried about that. We'll go ahead and drop that back in place. And you can tell I've done this before, right? Right. And that is, everything's back in place now. So now you're just ready to reassemble. So don't be intimidated by this. It is really not a difficult job to do at all. You should be able to very simply put that back into place. I didn't realize they added a magnet on there. That's nice. That's really nice. That makes sure that that spring hits right in there perfectly. All right, so now that that has been reassembled, I'm going to start with this middle one here because I noticed that that one felt a little loose on the other side. So I want to tighten it down. Okay, now I'm going to go opposite direction because this side should be snug now. And then this side, sorry, my oily finger, I slipped off of that finger bit. This side should be, there we go. Now they're both tight. Now they're both tight. Yeah, now they're both tight. All right. Now that should be the last one that we need the finger bit for. We'll go ahead and reinstall the hardware screws on the back. Nice. Last one on the back, and then we'll need our T6 for the remainder of the pivot lock reassembly. So this one here, just be cautious not to over tighten these. That's why they're using a lot of thread locker, because if you over tighten it, you're going to restrict the flow of that blade in that pivot lock system. So just keep that in mind. I usually just go down until it's tight and give it a little tiny twist after, and then I test it to see if I've gone too far, and then I kind of back each screw out equally. Oh, there we go. All right, that should be good. Yep, see, too tight. So now you got to back it out slightly. This is why they use so much thread locker on here. All right, that felt like it relieved a lot of pressure. I'm centered. Yeah, centered. No side to side. Needs to be just a little bit tighter. I think we're good. I just want to double check everything. Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Oh, that one's still spinning a little bit. Let me tighten that down just a little bit more. My finger slid off of the pocket clip there. Yeah, I think we're good. Let me go ahead and clean this up and we'll wrap up. All right, so that is the disassembly and maintenance on your Vosteed Shilin cutter. Like I said, it's a very easy disassembly. Don't get frustrated with the pivot lock system. Just needs to be, this one probably needs to be broken in a little bit. Might need to be loosened just a tiny bit more, but I'll play with that a little bit later. Like I said, it's pretty easy, very straightforward. Everything will be linked down below for you guys. I hope it helped you a ton, because I think with it being a new lock system, people get intimidated. But once you've done once or twice, you know, it really gets easier each time, especially as you understand it. There's just a couple extra parts with these, and it really is a fantastic lock that is really easy to maintenance. Don't be discouraged by it. I hope it helped. If you enjoyed the video, a like would be appreciated. Definitely using those links helps the channel, and a special thanks to the channel members out there. Your extra layer of support really goes a long way. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I hope you have a great week. Catch you next time. Peace.